tragedy must be averted. And for that, I need your help.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking over the facts every Tarnished should know before once again leaping into the lands between via this unexpected addition to Elden Ring.
I will swat away any and all who dare approach.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
No Miyazaki.
Little pillager, bent on stacking the lands of gold.
To Soulsborne fans, Miyazaki is a god. He's directed the likes of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro and Elden Ring, all titles that would go on to define the gaming scene with their quality. The man clearly knows what he's doing, so the fact he's not returning for Nightreign left a few feeling trepidatious. After all, the last time Miyazaki took a backseat to a Souls game, Dark Souls 2 was the result, which has its devoted fanbase, but it is far from the most beloved in the franchise. To play devil's advocate, Nightreign is a much smaller game, with all the tension being put towards its new style of gameplay, as opposed to an exploration of a vast, rich world. It's also being directed by one Junya Ishizaki, who helped design levels and combat for both Bloodborne and Elden Ring. Given the kind of game Nightreign is boasting itself to be, maybe this was for the best. Besides, now Miyazaki can get to work on designing his dream Poison Swamp game.
Stand tall. The night is far from over.
Spirit Ashes, kinda. The spectral summons used throughout Elden Ring's campaign often made the difference between a boss fight being impossible and a cakewalk, and it seems they will be making a grand return in Nightreign. Sort of. Seems that one of the game's various classes is going to be relying on the Spirit Ashes to serve as its main source of attack. So for those who can't venture out past the Round Table hold without summoning their Mimic tier, there may still be hope. Procedurally generated world. Welcome to Limveld. No, not Limgrave, Limveld. Allegedly, this condensed area exists in a parallel reality following the events of the Shattering. With Nightreign fully embracing the roguelite genre, your every run is guaranteed to be different, and with its limited scope in comparison to the mainline game, you can be sure that Limveld will be quick to change its scenery as you venture forth on your mission to defeat the Night Lord. The exact geography remains unknown for now, but we're eager to see just how many locales from the lands between appear, or at least serve as inspiration to this amalgamated world.
Band together and prepare to claim. The life of the Night Lord.
Runes.
I offer you an accord.
Speed is key in Nightreign, given that you only have a certain amount of time to gather your gear before a boss descends upon you, which doesn't leave much in the way of gathering runes to invest in certain stats. Rune Farming has very much been streamlined, with players instead leveling up across the board instead of maximising a key aspect of their Tarnished. Thankfully, every character class can wield every kind of weapon in the game, so nothing is off limits when undertaking a fresh run. This certainly feels like it could be a bit of a risk, or at least could be seen as a step back, given how Elden Ring essentially turned every player into a build fanatic.
But you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
Standalone. That's right, this is not an additional DLC, nor is it a sequel. Nightreign is its own beast. A spin-off that doesn't require you to have played the original Elden Ring, though it will certainly help. Honestly, we're still shocked this is even a thing. While Soulsborne games have always experimented with various styles of gameplay, such as PvP, this is the most radical departure to date. Though if it succeeds and maintains the From Software brand of excellence, we're likely going to see a few more of these popping up. Co-op and single player.
Seekers of redemption, you were chosen. Thrown together by forces beyond our control.
Nightreign's main selling point remains its emphasis on cooperative action. A party of 3 will be dropped off into Limveld and have to hack, slash and stab their way through its trials in order to complete a run. However, it turns out those that prefer the maidenless path aren't out of luck just yet, as the developers have confirmed that single player is indeed an option, with enemy health being adjusted accordingly. How well this works in practice remains to be seen, but here's hoping both playstyles offer the same level of thrills and immersion.
Band together and prepare to claim.
Release date. It's out this year. Yeah, we're shocked too. While we haven't got a specific date as of the time of writing, it's crazy to think that FromSoft were already tinkering away at yet another project. Sure, the smaller scale certainly means less manpower and a shorter development time, but these guys only just released the colossal Shadow of the Erdtree DLC last year. They just refuse to stop cooking. 8 classes.
Little pillager, bent on stacking the lands of gold.
As stated before, builds aren't exactly a thing in this game. There is, however, variety, and they come in the form of 8 distinct classes, each with their own strengths, weaknesses, and ultimate abilities. These include Wilder, the jack-of-all-trades all-rounder, the speedy and sharp Duchess, the ranged spellcaster Recluse, as well as the winged bird-faced Guardian acting as the resident tank. Given how all weapons are available across the board, this at least offers options as well as an incentive to try something new when starting another run.
You were chosen. Thrown together by forces beyond their control.
3 days, 3 nights. This is the crux of Nightreign's gameplay. 3 days of hunting, gathering runes, slicing apart enemies, all the while Limveld starts to shrink around us via deadly rain that gradually limits the field of play. All this leads to Nightfall, wherein players can expect to find themselves taking on unique bosses. Survive this, and by the 3rd cycle, you'll be tasked with taking on one of 8 super bosses who all bear the moniker of Night Lord. It's a simple enough gameplay loop that hopefully has enough enduring appeal to keep us hooked.
The life of the Night Lord.
The bosses.
Stand tall. The night is far from over.
This is the big one. Bosses are the bread and butter by which every game that dips its toe into the Souls genre is measured. The familiar narration of Margit the Fell Omen is always welcome, but the real draw here was found in Nightreign's trailer. A hooded figure that bears an uncanny resemblance to the Firekeeper? The goat himself, the nameless king, casually flying around on his wyvern? The fact Nightreign might play host to bosses from all across the Souls franchise has us more than a little excited. Alongside a fresh host of original foes, we can't wait to see who joins the roster.
I will swat away any and all.
Do you think this Elden experiment will be a win, or FromSoft's first real stumble? Let us know in the comments.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.